Okay. And real quick, put it back up. Now that she gone, hold on for a second. Let me call Park. Let me hit Carlos. Hey, Carlos. It's Carlos King. Carlos. So now that she gone, can we get Ariane on the show now? Can we do that? Can we please now get Ariane on the show? We need that. That is going to really set it off, okay? Because I know you wouldn't let her on the show because of your allegiance and alliance to Melody, because y'all developed this show together. But now that she's gone, we need somebody else that's gonna keep it spicy, okay? And Yapper, Coleslaw will do that, okay? And so we need that there. Hit me back. We just sent it to Carlos. Yeah, we did. Okay.
Imagine living your everyday life on national television. You think you're in control. You think the cameras are just capturing your truth. But one day, you realize you were never in charge at all. You were only a character in someone else's story, a piece of drama in a script that was already written. That's how Melody Shari describes her experience. She says Love and Marriage Huntsville didn't just follow her life. It reshaped it, edited it, and twisted it until her pain became entertainment. To fans, Melody was first introduced as the polished, confident wife of Martell Holt. Together, they were the glamorous power couple, real estate entrepreneurs, attractive, successful, and the shining stars of a new reality show. On the surface, it seemed like a dream, but behind the bright lights and perfect images was something darker. When Love and Marriage Huntsville began, Melody and Martell were supposed to symbolize Black excellence, a young couple balancing family, business, and success. For a while, it looked like everything was working. The cameras followed them through business ventures and family life, painting a picture of ambition and partnership. But the illusion didn't last long. Soon, Martell's infidelity became public. What viewers saw was explosive arguments, tears, and the unraveling of a marriage. What they didn't see, or fully understand, was how much Melody says was carefully staged. According to her, it wasn't just that Martell cheated. It wasn't only that their marriage fell apart. Melody claims the producers manipulated storylines, edited footage to distort her image, and even encouraged other cast members to ambush her on camera. She wasn't just reacting to events, she was being set up for drama over and over again. The hardest part wasn't only Martell. Melody says she felt abandoned by the very women she once considered family. Take Destiny Payton. Melody used to call her a sister. They shared laughs, secrets, and countless personal moments. But Melody claims Destiny changed once things with Martell fell apart. Suddenly, private conversations were leaking. Destiny was siding with Martell, and the loyalty Melody thought they had was gone. The shift was visible to fans, too. Viewers who once saw Destiny as Melody's closest friend started noticing tension, and Melody herself admitted it felt like a knife in her back. "Some people stay close when you're struggling," she said once, "but the moment you rise, they try to drag you down." Then came Letitia Scott. The two women already had a rocky relationship, but Melody says the lowest blow was being accused of destroying families. For a woman who had endured public humiliation, emotional abuse, and betrayal, the idea that she was the homewrecker was more than insulting. It was cruel. Melody fought back calmly but firmly. "I didn't ruin my family. Martell did," she told them. "I just refused to stay broken for anyone's comfort." The betrayals didn't end with castmates. Melody believes the producers were deeply involved in shaping the narrative. She says scenes that showed her strength, her composure, her calm, her resilience, were often cut or shortened. Meanwhile, every tear, every heated argument, every emotional breakdown made it onto the screen. The story being told wasn't about a woman surviving betrayal. It was about a woman being dramatic, unstable, or cold. Melody suspects Martell had support from behind the scenes. Episodes seem to present him as misunderstood rather than manipulative. Storylines often made him look like the struggling husband, while she was painted as distant or unforgiving. For Melody, it was more than unfair editing. It felt like psychological warfare. There was one day she'll never forget. After a group filming session where cast members ganged up on her, Melody got into her car. She couldn't drive. She sat there for over an hour, sobbing, completely drained. She questioned everything: why she kept showing up, why she allowed herself to be part of something that seemed designed to break her down. That was her breaking point, but also her turning point. Instead of walking away in silence, Melody decided to reclaim her voice. If producers wanted to profit from her pain, then she would turn that pain into purpose. Melody began speaking directly to her fans. Through Instagram lives, interviews, and even music, she started telling her story on her own terms. Her music wasn't about chasing chart success. Songs like Telltale Signs carried raw emotion. They weren't overproduced, they were honest. Listeners felt the hurt in every word. Women especially connected, hearing their own stories in her lyrics. Instagram became her unfiltered platform. Sometimes she cried, sometimes she laughed, sometimes she exposed truths without sugarcoating them. Fans didn't just watch, they related. It became a kind of group therapy. This openness created something more powerful than reality TV: trust. But Melody didn't stop at talking. She built. In the middle of chaos, she launched her skincare line, 7th Avenue Premier Skincare. It wasn't a vanity project or a quick hustle. It was something personal, something she poured herself into. Every product's launch was accompanied by real stories, raw captions, makeup-free photos, and messages of survival. Women responded. They weren't just buying products, they were buying hope. Sales soared. Her inbox filled with messages from women who felt seen and understood. The success of 7th Avenue was more than financial. It gave Melody independence. She no longer needed the show to define her. Then came her real estate masterclasses. Melody had always been skilled in real estate, but now she used that knowledge to empower women. She taught them how to flip properties, how to build financial security, how to depend on themselves. Thousands signed up. Many succeeded. She was no longer just a reality star. She was a mentor. With every step forward, Melody noticed the backlash. Her screen time changed. Scenes showing her success disappeared. Promos stopped highlighting her. Castmates received favorable edits while she was portrayed in harsher light. She even claims she was warned to be nice or leave. Producers allegedly told her to smile, stop pushing back, and remember it wasn't personal. But for Melody, it was personal. This was personal. This was her life, her children, her peace. As doors in the industry began to close, she created her own. She built her own platforms where she controlled the message. No more waiting for approval. No more edits. No more filters. Her supporters followed and multiplied. The more she spoke, the more women recognized their own struggles in her story. Melody's transparency struck a nerve. Women from across the country began sharing their stories with her. They too had been labeled emotional or difficult simply for setting boundaries. They too had been punished for speaking up. For many, Melody wasn't just a TV star anymore. She was proof that you could survive betrayal, abuse, and manipulation and come out stronger. Of course, it wasn't easy. Melody admitted there were nights when she cried, days when she didn't want to post, moments when she questioned whether it was worth it. But then she would receive a message from a single mother saying, "I left my toxic relationship because of you," or a young woman telling her, "You taught me how to love myself again." Those words kept her going. Ironically, the same show that tried to control her ended up launching her into something bigger. The castmates who tried to discredit her only amplified her voice. The producers who underestimated her gave her a reason to build her own platforms. The network that silenced her victories pushed her to create her own. Today, Melody Shari is more than a reality TV personality. She is a brand, a movement, a symbol of resilience. She shows what it looks like to be hurt but not destroyed, betrayed but not silenced. She demonstrates how to turn what was meant to break you into the foundation for something unshakable. Melody's journey is about more than reality television. It's about what happens when a woman refuses to be rewritten into someone else's narrative. She walked into a show as part of a dream couple. She walked out as an independent woman with her own business empire, her own movement, and her own voice. She taught women everywhere that you don't have to accept betrayal as your story. You can write your own. And that may be Melody's greatest victory of all. At the end of the day, Melody Shari's story is bigger than reality TV drama. It's about strength, survival, and refusing to let anyone else write your story. She turned betrayal into business, heartbreak into healing, and pain into power. Whether you agree with her or not, one thing is clear. She didn't just survive, she rebuilt. And that's a lesson for all of us. Never let anyone silence your voice. If you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more updates.